What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
Not much. This thing be tripping when I first turn it on, so I don't know if the sound gonna be working or not.
Man, I should have grabbed my headphone. You coming through my phone speaker, but it's cool. I can still hear you.
All right. Yeah, the sound's working.
You had to work today?
Nah, man, I'm off today. Go back tomorrow. How about you? They have you at work today?
I go in the morning at 7:30.
Gotcha. So you
Man.
got hired how many days ago?
Last week, Thursday last week.
Nice. Congrats, man. How long was the process?
It's I applied March 4th and got hired Thursday last week, so a little over a month. But they was in dire need of officers because they got a new chief. The department I'm at had a big problem with racism, and then with everything going on today, a lot of officers got cut, including the chief, and they made a big drastic change, and they were just hiring folk left and right, but they were still going thorough with the process. And every department I applied for, like I told somebody in the Discord, like you kind of know if they're gonna hire you or not once they get through that background because
Mm-hmm.
they demeanor either gonna change or it's gonna get better because the people they call or the things they find out about you, they gonna pretty much have a decision already made. And both every process I've been through, maybe it was just I don't know how everybody do it, but every process I've been through, when you applying, they tend to make you take either the CVSA or the polygraph while they're doing your background, and they're gonna
Right.
ask you questions for me based off the background. The agency I applied to before then was Conyers in Georgia. It's about 30 minutes east of Atlanta. And I applied for them September last year. The same day they told me no was when I applied for Forest Park. So it took them from September all the way to March 4th to say no. When they gave me the polygraph only had like maybe 10 questions, but it took 3 hours because I spent most of the time. They sat me on this couch, had a camera on me, and they were just basically talking to me about life. And I guess it was to break the ice, but they was kind of digging in, and like certain things I would say, he would write down something, and then next thing I know, something in relation that we talked about that I didn't put on my application was part of that polygraph. And outside of those questions, it was just general questions about drug usage and moral questions and whatnot. Have you stole something? The general question. But we can't talk about everything they ask us, obviously. But after that, they were still going through my background, and then I lost contact. And then next thing you know, they gave me an email saying, "Yeah, due to your work history, uh, we can't go through it. We can't finish the process." I'm like, "All right." But meanwhile, going through that process, I was noticing because they was in need too, but they went the route of getting guys already certified. So I would stalk their Facebook page, and instead of just calling them repeatedly, I would stalk their Facebook page, see what activities going on, what they doing in the department, and
Right.
like congratulations, new hire, or they'll have a live video of somebody getting sworn in, and they already in uniform. And I think about 10 people had got hired while I was going through my process, and none of them were new recruits except for maybe like 3 people, but they all applied the same time I applied. But at the time, I was living in South Carolina, and I was driving back and forth to do whatever I need to do, the fitness test, the psychological, not the psychological, the polygraph,
Mm-hmm.
and they was already living in Georgia. And the first thing they told me, the reason why it was taking so long, because they thought I hadn't moved to Georgia already, and I had moved to Georgia January, and those guys, and I moved to Georgia January because they told me, okay, we're gonna have you in. Academy start January 11th. We're gonna get you in there. All right, cool. Academy starts. I still haven't even got another phone call yet. But I'm looking on the live video seeing these guys, and it was like, okay, can't really be mad because they're gonna take the cheaper route. The guys are already certified. You don't got to drop that money for academy. Cool. I can't have no grief about that.
So you're not academy
But
certified yet.
nah, So I started academy in Texas, in
Hmm.
East Texas. But what happened when COVID happened, I was trying to pay my way through because I was going under Hawkins Police Department, and Hawkins Police Department about this big. They kind of known internationally, even though they so small, because they got the first immigrant to be a police chief, um, Manfred Gillow from Germany, and he's the police chief at Hawkins Police Department. But of course, they don't have the money to put people through academy, so you got to pay your own way through. And then I'm working in a grocery store, trying to save money to go through. COVID hit, running into some personal problems, couldn't do it. End up moving to South Carolina, applied to be state trooper, protective services for the governor, the whole nine. Every local police department out there, either the requirements were too high for me because you have to have a degree, and if you don't have a degree, you can only be a level three, and that's basically you're a police officer, but you can't have your own car. You always have to ride with somebody, and limited arrest powers. I'm basically a security guard in a police uniform. So uh, I came here, got hired real quick. So going and I still got the book from East Texas that was a hand me down, so I didn't have to pay for it. And I kind of browsed through the book to kind of compare the codes and whatnot and the laws as far as like federal level stuff that we have to know because each city the ordinance varies. So
How big
I'm
is the
not
department you
certified
at right
yet,
now?
but I will start mandate May May 17th. So
How
what
big
they
is your
got us doing
department?
now for say it again.
How big is your department?
Uh I want to say close to 100 officers. I want to say like 85
Gotcha.
personnel, 70 something officers, and the rest of them is civilians. And right now they said they're understaffed by like 30. They need 30 officers, but they're sending
So is it
4 to
100 when it's
academy.
fully staffed, or y'all at 70 right now?
I wouldn't even say I would say like 65 because of how fast they've been hiring people. Because they have a lot of applicants because the pay is a little bit above average. And then with every single certification you get, they give you a 2.5 increase. So if somebody come in with all the certifications, you can come in starting like in the 60s. Come in starting in the 60s with all your certifications. And of course, if you got the college degree, master's degree, all of that. Uh, so the pay is kind of competitive, but we right outside of Atlanta. So Atlanta, of course, they just throwing money to anybody that's certified right now because they need guys. And then about an hour ago, they did the verdict for Derek C.
Hmm.
So they was gearing up, and it got to the point where we was getting worried that other departments outside of Atlanta was about to gear up to get ready for riots and unrest and all that. But he was guilty, so they still on alert.
I was
And
like,
luckily,
it's
I
still
don't
about
have
to
to do none
happen
of that because I'm
regardless. It
still
don't
here.
matter.
Man, luckily I'm not even certified or nothing like that, so I don't have to worry about being around Mason tear gas yet.
Yeah, it's gonna happen regardless. At this point, it's just like go ahead and put the TVs
So
outside.
it's crazy. I'm trying to get this volume up so I can hear you a little better. But but
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
man,
Like,
it's
what's
it's it's kind of what you say.
out of departments that you've applied to? What would you say are some
What was
what's
the
the
what now?
similarities from all of them?
Um, when you first when you first apply, it seems like every department is. It seems like they are willing to give you a chance. But everybody that handles different parts of the process is in totally different teams. The recruiter gets you in, okay, you got your application, they drop the application, you ain't talking to them no more. Once you get to the background person, they pretty much the person you're gonna talk to almost every day, at least in my case. Every time they called a reference, they call me. Every time somebody didn't pick up the phone, they call me back. Do you have another reference? Can you call them and see if they're gonna pick up? As soon as they finish with that, you don't hear from them no more. Like they don't even know you no more. And then the polygraph people, uh, you talk to them that full day, you all theirs. Uh, and like I said, it's the one thing I mentioned before, the similarities, they tend to kind of know what they're gonna do with you while they're doing your background. Like I feel like outside of the polygraph, that's the most important thing is the background because it's I think that's more important than the polygraph because polygraph you either gonna tell the truth or you're not. Background is gonna come out. They're not gonna mention much. They're gonna have you if something come up that seems questionable, they're gonna call you and say, okay, so tell us about this. And we heard this about you. Can you explain this? And if they like your explanation, or if they feel like, okay, you explained it good, but we don't like the fact that you did that or you was involved with that, so we appreciate you for applying. So that's one thing with every department I've applied to. With that, uh,
Have you always wanted to
is
be police?
yeah, since high school, man. What happened at first? I just wanted to be, I guess, in the public service area. I started out in high school. We had this
Yeah.
program where once you in the 12th grade, you can go to the fire academy. So you spend a half day at school, and then you spend the rest of the day. It wasn't a real academy; it was like pre-mandated. And once you graduate, you got like certain certifications. Then they send you to full-on fire academy. And then once you graduate, you're a firefighter. I started doing that for like maybe 3 months. And then my mom
Ah,
pulled me out
gee.
the program because my band director told me I wouldn't be able to get a band scholarship. My mom wasn't thinking because I'm an accomplished musician. I play drums, I play organ, I play keys, I play bass, and I had scholarships. But I wanted to, I can gig. I just wanted to either be a police officer or a firefighter, and at the moment, that's what was available. And then once I got out of college, I started, dabbling. I didn't do any research. I would just drop an application, or I would look at an application and realize this thing 40 pages long. Nah. And then I got lazy with the applying for some of them because I was like 21, 22. I'm like, I'll fill out most of it and give it to them and wonder why I never get a call back. I was like, first of all, you ain't being thorough. You got to fill out the whole thing and be truthful with the whole thing. The closest I got before I guess the past 2 years was, oh, what does come in say? Not the firefight. At least you
At
got
least you
some,
got some sleep. You're right.
man. And I stay across the street from a fire station, man. And I be seeing the sheriffs hanging out at the fire station.
Oh,
So I
nah.
don't know what's to deal with that. But the closest I've gotten until the past 2 years was Warner Robins, Georgia. Just before I moved to Texas. I applied and the first thing they made me do was the fitness test. And I was like, okay. I was going to their little thing where they let you practice the course and all of that. And I'm killing it. Got the highest score, killing it. And I was
It's
fresh off
police
the
or fire
football
you
field.
talking about?
Huh?
You talking about police or fire?
Police or fire? Oh, police, Warner Robins
I
Police.
got
So they let us practice the course at our own time, long as it was open. What they didn't tell me, or at least I wasn't paying attention, the civil service test. That was a bitch. So civil service test, they give you this booklet, and you got to read through a booklet, and you got to memorize pictures, names, tag numbers, routes, and then close the book. Now you got to spit all that stuff back out based on questions they ask you. They give you 2 tries to do it. First time I got like a 50. Second time I got like I want to say 65, and that was it. If you don't pass that, they don't even look at your application because what they did, they'll get your application. I'm like, all right, take this because they make the test a part of the application. What
right.
department I'm at now? Uh, I'll say the new Ferguson police chief came from my department. And if you know about Ferguson and all the stuff that happened up there, that's all I'll say. I won't directly say it, but if you research and find out where the current Ferguson police chief came from, that's where he came from there. And saying that, that tells you what the department I'm with is doing when it comes to community relations, race relations. Uh, they made a big step in the right direction because when I grew up in this area, I didn't know I would be a police officer in that area, and it was one of those areas where literally, if you go 5 over, you're gonna get stopped, you're gonna get searched, the whole nine. And it was a high crime rate, and now it's a 10-year low for this particular city. So they're boasting about that, and it's all good. It's a totally different area. But yeah, If you research current Ferguson police chief, you'll know where I'm at.
Nice job. I was about to call you A-Ron, man, but you got two R's. I wanted to see A-Ron so bad.
You done messed up our
Uh,
run. That's what we're gonna call him.
I'm going to say Ron. All right. Polygraph. I tell people all the time, man, the polygraph is what get people. I heard our recruiter say the other day that it was several people in the process, but can't none of them pass the polygraph. Or that were in the process, but they ain't passed the polygraph. Uh, I don't know why people just can't put what they did on that paper. Everybody
Dog,
trying to get by.
the thing
Uh,
about the polygraph, you got some people that'll help you pass it, like the polygraphers. Watch, keep calling me. I told him on this little. All right, so I got people calling me, but it's polygraphers out there or CVSA analysts out there that will literally give you the codes to pass. And it was like, okay, when the last time you smoked marijuana? And then you give them the date, and the date better be what's on that application. And it was like, okay, is you sure isn't this date? Do you feel like this date? And it's like, remember, nothing in this room, which is a damn lie, nothing in this room will come out. And I was like, all right. But of course I gave them my right date. But they just want to know if you're gonna tell the truth. But they give you these answers because what you do in the polygraph, they're gonna go through everything with you. Okay, answer the same way, and then they do the what they call it, the I guess the control questions or
Control
whatnot, where
questions,
they'll
yeah.
say, okay, I need you to tell a lie on purpose, and they'll say, I got a watch on my hand, don't I? And you say yes or no, or something like that. Um,
I don't
I
see it.
got nervous on my CVSA because it was a little bit harder. They didn't strap me up to nothing, but it was like they thing where they read your voice, and I was nervous as hell. So what happened? He said even when I was lying on the control questions, it said I was telling the truth and vice versa. So it took around 4 hours because we had to keep doing it.
Yeah, the
And
department by me had that same voice analysis crap that if I didn't get hired on here, I plan on applying there later. Uh, they had it too. I didn't know how that worked out. Aaron said, Aaron, you was telling the truth. They said I was, so they did the same thing to me, man. I thought I was gonna have to. I thought I was done already. He said, "It's saying you telling lies." He brought me around the computer, showed me the little graph crap. I was like, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it is what it
uh,
is. Like he got me back up. We did it again, and then he was like, "I got to hand it off. I can't tell you pass or not." But somebody else that went through it with me, the process with me, I talked to her about like later on. It's like we were already hired, been on hired a year, and I asked her. We just talking about it, and she said they told her right then that she passed. So I don't know. There was another guy that went through. I think they said that he might not. He didn't pass the section two. But hell, I don't know. I don't know what they. I don't know. Please come in July 7th. Do you think it's too late for me to start the hiring process from the agency to get sponsored? You got to rush it to get sponsored. You should already be having to pay your money if you already signed up and stuff. I don't know, but you got to rush through that process to get sponsored. Most people will sponsor you kind of quick though, because they're not actually having to hire you on. A lot of agencies, you just go fill out the paperwork to get sponsored, and that's just it. Like they're not necessarily looking to hire you all the time to sponsor you. Some would just sponsor you just to sponsor you. So nah, it's not too late. You probably took that time. Which GPSTC location are you going to for Monday? I guess that's you.
yeah, that's me. I'm actually going through Clayton County. Clayton County. So with Gypstick, you have various locations in Georgia, and then you have certain departments or agencies that have their own, and it's the same certification, but they have different requirements. So Gypstick in Georgia is normally like 12 weeks, and the one
Mm-hmm.
I'm going through is going to be 18 weeks. So I'm starting May 17th and not going to be done to like the first week ish in August. So so yeah, Clayton County. I think it's called Belt Tech or something like that. BLETC. But it's still the same post requirements. They just have us in there longer. And yeah, I mean, the certification, I don't think certification will hold more weight. I think they're gonna give us a little bit more certifications in mandate instead of doing on the site training or field training. But yeah, Clayton County Belt Tech. I don't even think I'm saying that right. I just know it start with a B.
Blood
Blood
pressure. That's
pressure
probably why
cuff
you so
had my
stressed out, man. You
phone
got your goddamn blood pressure tight as hell.
man.
Have I
Have
ever
you
been
ever been
slapped?
slapped?
Not at work. No.
And it depends on the occasion
That's just I
and where you
know,
got
right?
slapped.
Not at work though. That's a whole new disrespect. I try to let people get that close to me, honestly. We don't get that close, then you should be facing away from me. Now, I ain't being slapped. I would feel the ultimate level of disrespect if you slap me. That's like,
That's worse than getting punched. That's just being
like
slapped
you
is
open
symbolic.
hand slap me.
Like
Stop, son of a bitch. What you saying? All right. You just, all right. Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'm about to change locations because these cars getting loud out here.
All right.
So you're gonna see me moving around a little bit.
Nah. What's the difference between city and county police? I say it all the time, man. City police, they work. County police, they have to be there. County police, maybe talking about not deputies. All right. So county police is just police, the same as city police, but for a county. That's the exact same thing. Now you talking about sheriff deputies, that's a whole different story. They just there because state law, constitution say they got to be there. You know,
Was he talking about
ain't too
like
much to say
sheriff
on that.
or actually county police?
I don't know. Say county police, it's two different things.
See, I'm working for city police, and we have a lot of agencies. So we got us, city police. I'm sorry, I'm city police. Us, county police, and then county sheriff. So it's a lot of us riding around. So I believe the county. I think the sheriff. They just only do the jails and warrant. City police. I'm assuming they just serving back up for the various cities we got in our county because we're in a big county, and
You said
the
you're county
different
police.
subdivisions with the cities, they say it again.
You said you're county police, or your department is county police.
I'm city on this service thing acting up, man. Hold on.
I don't know if it's mine or
Can
yours.
you hear me
I don't
now?
even know. Yeah, I hear you. You said y'all have county and city police. Shit. All right, I don't know what's going on. Uh, but yeah, that's the thing with the city and county, man. He he lagging. Mad as hell. Somebody slapped me. I don't even got words. I don't got words.
This thing acting weird, man.
You good? You back now?
Yeah. All
I
right.
was asking. You
So
said y'all got city and county police.
yeah. So we got I work for city police, which is my particular city, and then we have the county police, and then we have the county sheriff.
Hmm.
So what's happening is go to the kitchen. So the sheriff, they handle the jail and warrants. And yeah, I just got a message saying go to the kitchen. Yeah, my girl just sent me a message. She's in South Carolina right now. I'm getting ready to move her out here, and she's watching this. But she think I'll get better services if I'm in the kitchen. But yeah, the sheriff, they handle the jails and warrants, and then the county police, they assist all the different cities. And within my city, they can come and assist us with something big that's going on, like big raids. We got a big. I used to be in the car club, but people done got out of hand with it. So we'll have bus with car clubs and whatnot, where they'll shut down roads in Atlanta and have races or just do donuts in the middle of the street in the county and whatever cities out there, they will come out there and shut it down and arrest about 200 people at once.
Yeah, I honestly didn't know that was a thing. I thought it was either you city police or county police.
Clayton County is a little different, man. Clayton County has the county police, and then they have the county sheriff, and then they have the different cities within Clayton County. So it's a lot of agencies running around Clayton County.
Let's see. If anybody want to get on, it's right there. Somebody said, what would you recommend for someone who's looking to go into law enforcement who does not have a military college experience?
Uh, you go first. You already in there. I'm just getting my foot through the door.
It all depends, man. I mean, depends on where you try to go. If you're a department, if you feel like you want to go to a department where they require a degree, you gotta have a degree. But if you're a department, you never know, because coming up, everybody gonna start mandating that you got a degree. So I would, I don't know. Hell, I didn't. I went, but I just went to get away from home. Like I said before, without 2 years in, I was like, let me apply. I'm 21. Let me apply. Now, if I didn't get it that first time, because I only applied one place. So if I didn't get hired the first time, I just went back to school, finished 2 years, and then started applying everywhere else. But
My number one thing is don't smoke weed.
yes, do not. Oh my gosh, my friend, like a good friend of mine, from like middle school up until now, he calls me yesterday. I'm leaving work. I'm still at work actually, and he says, "Hey man, I'm trying to be the police now." Actually messaged me on Facebook. He said, "Hey man, I'm trying to be police. I want to ask you 3 questions." I go to his Facebook page. Every page is him with weed and a gun. So he then calls me. I'm like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "I'm trying to do it for real." And I was like, "Man, look at your goddamn Facebook page." He's like, "Oh yeah, I'll stop smoking right now, man. Like I'm really trying to get my life, bruh. You was just smoking yesterday.
You need to delete all that.
Ain't even you. Nah, you ain't just gonna stop smoking like that, bro. It's not for you. I understand some people want to do it, but you just gotta know when it ain't for you.
Now, some agencies, and it's rare, but I got lucky. Some agencies will give you like, okay, if the area you was in, if it was legal in the area you was in, and you wasn't abusing it, then okay, we'll let that pass because they have a scale on the questionnaire where they'll say if you use it this much, we'll consider it. If you use it this much, no. If you use it this much, we might just arrest you when you come in. Uh, I was living in Spain. I played football overseas for a while, and over there they had a treatment with THC. I had tore my ACL, and part of the therapy they would rub my knee with the oil, and it was infused with a whole bunch of stuff. But THC was one of the things in there, and they had and for recreation they had this juice. You know how people used to have like lean and whatnot
Yeah,
or whatever. They have pure THC juice, and instead of mixing alcohol in drinks, they would put that in there, and it was it was amazing. But it was amazing. But at the same time, I was still going through my phase of well, it ain't a phase. I wanted this in my life as far as being a police officer. But once I knew I was going to come back to the states, once I got back, didn't touch it. I was tempted so much. Where you'll go to a kickback, and then next thing you know, somebody walk up, you think they got a black, and then you smell it. And it was like, nah, there ain't no black. And you kind of get away because one of the things they're gonna ask you, do you associate yourself knowingly with people that indulge themselves in marijuana, any other drugs? So I had to let it be known, and I kind of lost a few friends from there. Or he trying to be 12, let's act right, or they'll go ahead and put it out and say, oh, I ain't do nothing. I'm like, I ain't even the police yet, man. So
bro. I
it
knew
gets
I wanted to be
tricky.
the police since freshman, since well, about my whole life. But I joined the exploring program in the summer after 8th grade. So I knew everybody in my high school. Everybody Everybody knew me. Everybody knew want to be the police. That's definitely something
Oh,
that's just gonna happen. When I went to college though, freshman year, first house party, damn near first and last. Uh, Everybody, and the funny part is that a shit ton of people are criminal justice. Like my friends are criminal justice majors too. They all smoke weed though. Went to a house party. It wasn't there like 15 minutes. People, I see cocaine come out on the table. Hell no, bro. Let's go.
no, they
Yeah,
trying to
you
be them
trying,
kind of lawyers.
bro? You 12, you 12. I don't give a damn what you saying. Let's
Um,
go, man. You just got to make smart decisions. You know what you want to do. You know the
they
type of
trying to be.
questions they're gonna ask you. So, yeah, you see
They
it,
on
you
that.
leave. That's just it.
They on that Wolf on Wall Street.
They do what?
Oh,
Oh yeah. I'm like cocaine.
yeah, you gotta get up out of there, man.
Nah, not
But yeah,
cocaine.
man. I got a family member. He's trying to get on, and somebody asked a question about being military. Uh, he applied for our county police, and the chief told him no because he didn't like the reason why he left the Marines. He left honorably discharged, but he said he didn't like the reason, and it kind of raised flags. But I won't. I don't even think I can say that on live, man. All I'm gonna say is it's one thing to research the department and requirements, but you also got to know the work environment and what you're about to get into, and you got to research it. I can't. I don't even want to say all that on a live and then come back and look at it. But um,
The important
that's
thing with
something.
applying somewhere, man, is to do ride-alongs. Honestly,
Yeah,
because ride-alongs, you get a feel of uh, call volume, how the department is. You get to ask questions. Don't ask too many goddamn questions. It gets annoying. You get to ask questions, and just to see like the interaction between the officer and the supervisors. That's important as crap too.
yeah,
Like when I did mine, my ride-alongs, technically by rules and by like policy, I did way more ride-alongs than I should have because my friend worked there, and literally I would just see him. Like I would text him one day, be like, "Hey man, can I ride?" And he's like, "Yeah, come on." And we get there, we go up to his lieutenant, and we like, he's about to ride, and like, "Okay, bro, I don't care. Fill out your waiver." That was not supposed to happen. But just seeing like, if you see stuff like that, you're like, all right, the command staff isn't like that bad. But that's stuff you're gonna pay attention to. When you get there and the officer there are talking shit about the command staff, you know that's probably not somewhere you want to go.
bro. I was about to throw that in there.
Yeah,
Like the command staff overall work environment, how they interact with dispatchers, body language, how they initially act, but they know they got you in the car, so they kind of change it up based on how somebody talked to them. Let's say like a certain, they can,
that's
I guess they
enough.
can, y'all can tell certain dispatchers' voice, and then you get 738, 738. It's like, oh, why you did that? It's like, oh man, it's just this, and this, and then they take the call. And it's like that's a mental note of it, man. What's
What's
up,
going
man? Oh,
on, man?
Oh, yeah.
you must be from Texas.
Nah, man, I'm in Georgia, bro. That was me. I went to Gyp State Forsyth.
Forsyth, boy, that's
Yeah.
what state troopers be at. You survived that?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's where the troopers be at, man. That's way worse than what we went through. Way
Uh,
worse, man. Them troopers had it rough, man.
they pay them troopers though.
Man,
Yeah, for real.
I
you just
almost
got in the
applied to
academy now?
112.
What was that?
You're in the academy right now?
No. I'm done. I'm done.
Got you. How long
Yeah.
you been on now?
I'm on FTO, man. This is my 4th week on FTO. I graduated March 26th.
Nice. How's
Oh,
FTO?
congrats, man.
But it's good, man. It's my FTO is actually pretty cool. He ain't strict, you know what I mean? He teach me, you know what I mean? He do what he gotta do. He ain't no asshole, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My
It,
FTO is he's
it's
smart.
nice to have a balance of FTOs. Do y'all
Mm-hmm.
rotate FTOs? You keep the same one?
No, we rotate, but yeah, some of my homeboys that I graduated with, they said they FTO is rough, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like my FTO, like day one, I was driving already. You know what I mean? Then I got another friend, and you know, I said we going into week 4, and he hasn't even touched the wheel yet. He hadn't even been behind the wheel. So thank you. So it is, you know.
We got some now so typically my department, you still got to handwrite citations for the first. They want you to do a whole book citations before you start printing them out.
Oh man,
we got some that's halfway through FTL right now, and they're still writing.
No, that's rough. The only people in our department.
There's only 20 in the book.
You said what?
Man, it's only 20 citations in the book. Now, when I went through FTL, I did something that I probably shouldn't have did, but my FTL let me do. I stopped for any damn thing, and I wrote you a ticket for any damn thing. If your headlight was out, your ass got a ticket.
Oh man,
no warning. No warning.
Yeah. I wanted to get through that book, and they ain't tell me I shouldn't have did that until my next FTO. He's like, "You finished your book already?" I'm like, "Yeah." How? I wrote for everything. We don't do that here, son. That's what he told me. All right, I didn't know.
Nah, man, my FTO, even when he's doing laser, but I'm, you know what I mean, I'm the one that's gonna be writing the ticket. He won't pull nobody over unless you going over a 90. Like if you're going 88, 89, he'll let you slide. But if you going over 90, that's when he turn his lights on and go after you.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty good with a 15 rule. You go over 15, I got you.
You said I must be what?
You must be in Jackson or near that area.
No, I'm close. I'm in Henry.
Oh,
yeah,
you really close. It's some Henry County officers stay around the corner from me.
That's what when you said the Ferguson chief, I knew what you was talking about. And so yeah, it's real close, man. Real close.
Yeah, we got a lake, man. But yeah, man, that's it's a lot of DeKalb and Henry officers stay in my neighborhood, man. And I stay in Newton, and it was across from Rockdale. I follow a guy on TikTok that's a Rockdale County. He's in the heat unit. He's always
we got a couple heats at Henry too.
Yeah. So I know Henry County, they got just like with Clayton County, they have Henry County Police and they have Henry County Sheriff.
And then you know, like I said, you got like 4 or 5 city police inside the county.
Okay, so if you see a silver Tahoe marked named agency coming up 75 from Eagles Landing, you know that's who it is.
So man, you in FTO, what's some tips you can give to some people just starting academy?
Oh man, FTO, listen, man, for sure. You know what I mean? And don't try to cut your FTO off with stuff because you think you know what he's about to say. You think you know the answer. Let them finish because you know nothing. You know what I mean? You know absolutely nothing. Let them teach you. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to be that person that if they're in the middle of talking, you cut them off and be like, yeah, because of blah, blah, blah. Like, no, let them talk. You know what I mean? They know everything. You know nothing. That's pretty much the main thing. You know what I mean? Don't try to be a know-it-all. You know what I mean? You're a rookie for a reason. You're new for a reason. You don't have no answers right now. You know what I mean?
And don't watch the
mentality to have because that's the mentality. It's not true. Because they don't know every damn thing, but that's a mentality to have.
Exactly. He won't. I was in the military, so I mean, you know what I mean. I knew how to play it coming into it, you know. But they don't know everything. It's been times where I've heard guys, and I'd be like, well, "That's wrong," but you think I open my mouth? I let somebody else tell them they was wrong. You know what I mean?
I think sometimes it's best just to. We got somebody right now that the other day. I don't know what's going on with Rex right now, but it's off the chain. And we never usually have that on third shift. But the other day, they switched FTOs like 2 weeks ago. And I think he told his new FTO, or the FTO told me, he said that he didn't have really any Rex at all. Bro, our last day working, we had, or between the last 2 days working, we probably had 10 Rex.
Oh, man.
In third shift. This man took 7 of those 10 Rex in 2 days.
What? Jeez.
Every wreck that came out, his FTO made him go and made him take it.
How many people do y'all have working like on a certain shift? Like you say you're on third shift. How many people will y'all have?
So up until a certain time, we got should be around 40 at nighttime.
Okay, yeah, that's right. That's about right.
I'm hoping
for about 3 hours, it's just 20 of us.
Okay.
I'm hoping my first FTO is third shift. I got a baby on the way, and I want to be out there. Oh, Jasmine Hoffman.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is the mother
Thank you.
that just commented.
That's
That
what?
fine thing. That fine thing right there that just commented. That's my girl. That's the mother of baby Zyla that's coming in July. So baby gonna come while I'm in mandate.
Nice.
Okay.
Congrats on the baby too.
Yeah, for real, man.
Yeah, it's gonna get hard because I know trying to study a big ass book of codes and law
Is that
and
your
trying
first
to,
job?
yeah, first and
First?
last.
Nah, bro.
First and last.
Hey, how do
Yeah,
y'all
man.
departments? What do they say about beers in y'all department? Can y'all
About what now?
know?
Who you talking to?
Both of y'all, either one.
We just got allowed to get beers in January.
Okay. Yeah, man. We can't have them, man. We got to shave. I hate it, man.
We just got a
With
new
us,
chief, and that was the first thing. Like one of the first things he changed was the beards.
we can wear them. We got to pay $30 every quarter, but this right here tomorrow I have to cut this a
Oh,
little bit lower.
yeah, that
It
makes
has to
sense.
be one fourth of an inch, but is the $30 goes to a donation to some organization. I forget the name,
They
but as
do
long as
that
we pay
for
that thirty
us
dollars every
for
quarter,
No Shave November. That's the only time we can do it.
man,
But other than that, ain't nothing. You can't have nothing.
I'm trying to go viral for being a fine cop.
They just within the last year, they just changed our tattoo policy. If you had tattoos below the elbows, you have to always wear long sleeves.
Ooh,
Yeah, I think ours is about to get changed too. Might go
But
get
within the
this.
last year, you can have short sleeves.
we can't have it on our hands, neck, or face. Other than that, it's free
Yeah.
game. So
hmm It's
What's it
African
like?
American.
Uh what has it been like being a black police officer so far? Have you
For me,
noticed anything different? Do you get treated differently from I won't say really in your department, but just from people in public?
no, I haven't noticed a difference. You know what I mean? I'll see black, white, everybody's. You know what I mean? Saying what's up, thank you for your service, that kind of thing. For me, it was my friends, man. that's what that's what I had the biggest change in was friends. You know what I mean? Saying like, oh, you 12 now? Come on now. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. But as far as like just everyday citizens, I haven't noticed a difference. I haven't seen anybody, you know what I mean, be blatantly disrespectful.
Yeah. It doesn't happen often. Now, what will happen often is where you get to a call and somebody prefers to only speak to a black officer. That happens more frequently than like somebody called me the N word or uh, we had a homicide one day and we went to go try to find somebody and I went knocked on her door and obviously I don't park right in front of nobody's damn house.
Mm-hmm.
So knock on the door and it's late as hell. But she comes, who is it? Police. She's looking at the damn blinds and everything. I see her looking at the blinds. And she said, "Where's your car at?" Up the street, woman, open the door. Like, what the hell? Like, this is about your family member.
Mm-hmm.
This lady gets on the phone and calls the fucking police on me. And I hear her through the door. There's a black guy at her door. And I literally get on the radio. I'm like, please tell her this black guy is a police officer and open the door. I'm just going to fucking leave. But you would definitely have some people do some ignorant stuff like that. But overall, I mean, we all the police, so we're gonna get treated like the police. The biggest thing was family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
Every cookout, every family gathering, it's something about me being the police.
Yeah,
they start
family and friends, I would say the biggest difference.
Can't get through a conversation with a friend without them talking about you the police. So that's just gonna happen.
in those debates, man. They kind of drag you into it. You don't want to say nothing. Then they turn around. What you think? It's like you a police officer? No, I'm not. Not yet.
It's
I am a
every family
felon.
gathering is a
I am a
Democrat.
I am a recruit. And then of course my parents, they are real big on the race issue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see well, I ain't gonna say that. No, we ain't gonna start on debate. But they are real big on that. And they tell me every day, don't end up like them cops. Make sure you treat your people right. I'm like, if you break the law, you break the law. And if I see cars, because we got the power of discretion. So if I see, if I trust you, you'll get a warning or I'll let you off, let you go. But you break the law, you break the law. I mean, you can't, this skin ain't no get out of jail free card
Mhm.
because of what's going on right now. So,
And the bad part is, I put her this lady the other day, like our last day working, and I think I went into her car. I was only for a tail light out. The first thing this lady does to me, I go passenger side approach. She leans over. She's like, "Please don't arrest me. Please don't arrest me, officer. I'm black. My kids are black. You black. Please don't arrest me, officer." I'm like, "What the hell does that got to do with anything? You don't even know what I'm stopping you for yet." Uh, and that for me just took away any like feeling that I've had of like trying to help her out, because she had like 2 babies in the car, no license, no insurance, fictitious tag, weed. I felt
Yeah,
bad
man.
for the kids,
People
but
are fake, man. What I noticed is like I had one, and she was trying to be all cool, nice, you know what I mean? Say why she was on her phone, because I pulled over, been on the phone, and so I was like, well, I need to see your license, you know what I mean? Went, wrote the citation, came back, complete mood change, you know what I mean?
mhm.
Complete 180, like it was a big flip. And my FTO was just telling me, he was like, yeah, man, it's all fake, you know what I mean? It's all a show. They'll do anything to connect. And then as soon as you know what I mean, you tell them you're giving them the ticket anyway. It's like, you know what I mean? All that's going out the window.
yep.
I got a question for both of y'all. So
Mhm.
y'all already in the field. And it's gonna be tough to formulate this question. Icebreakers when you pull somebody over once you kind of know that you ain't gonna always fully know, but you know they're not gonna do nothing crazy to put your life in danger, just to get them more comfortable. Do you guys do that? And the second question is, if you do that and you kind of feel you got a somewhat of a bond at that moment with that person, would you still, if they did something out the way, would you still ticket them and kind of throw that bond away?
Traffic stops not the time to do that, because you never know. You can have the most calm person ever. Uh, yeah, I just wouldn't do that on traffic stops. Traffic stops, you go up there, you do what you're supposed to do, and you get done. Uh, Now you can be nice. Like, to me, I think I'm overly nice on traffic stops because I want you to have a good experience. I want there to be a good officer contact that you had. That doesn't mean you're not getting a ticket. That just means I'm just like overly nice.
Mhm.
Uh, but we're not gonna have a conversation on the side of the road. I don't think that's the time and place to do it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm still new, so what I've already been told by my FTO that I still have that robot language going up and talking to him. You know what I mean? Like that, like straight from the book Academy. You know what I mean? Introduce yourself, say what you did, ask for the license, boom, and get back to the car. I've already been told that I haven't. I'm not creating that bond enough. But I mean, I agree. Traffic stops not the time to do that. But I think I'm too nice too, because my job before I worked in a hospital. You know what I mean? So working there, you have to be nice and make people feel comfortable. And then now at this job, I'm trying to, you know what I mean, change that when I have that contact with somebody.
Well, the thing is with newer officers, everybody did it. It's the robot is you go up and it's like you're so stiff when you go up to the car.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I'm saying not building, like not sitting there having a conversation, you can still be relaxed, alert but relaxed while doing a traffic stop. So it's not just like when you alert like that, that makes people scared too. Even though you've been nice, that just gets people nervous. So it's just learning how to be calm and going up there. That builds it up too. Like, I get a thank you at almost every traffic stop, even if they get a ticket, or like, thank you for being so nice. That's what you want. You ain't got to be uh, leaning on the car doing it, because they will turn so fast. I promise. Like, the people you think are cool, you go back to your car. You just sat there and had a conversation. Go back to your car. They might got a warrant or something, and you go there, and that's the person you get into a fight with. Like, never. That ain't the place to be conversations and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just go up there and get what you got. Be nice, professional, and then that be it.
Okay. When you engage in somebody, what determines what makes you make the decision whether or not to engage somebody and you're by yourself when you got to go hands on?
That's a personal. That, like, manpower, where your backup is at. Uh, And if you think you can handle them for one, I mean, that's just one too. I think those three things. If you know your backup can come, you probably wait till your backup gets there. It all depends. You gotta kind of judge that on yourself.
Okay.
You had an FTL. I was waiting for you, but he had an FTL already so far. So I will say I made a mistake in FTL. I still remember this shit to this day. This is the area that I patrol at now. We had this one street, this one section of a street. It was real bad. I didn't know at the time. They sold drugs from on the side of the road, and I would always see them right there. Just never clicked on me what they were doing. There's like 8 people out there, and we got to do. I don't know if y'all call it field contacts. You got to get a certain amount of field contacts in every phase of FTO. So he was getting me by not getting them in. I hate field contacts to this day. I still hate them, but I get out and talk to them. Worst decision ever. I tell you, like looking back at it now, there was 100% drugs when I was talking to them and 100% guns when I was talking to them. So you definitely got to judge and try to like prepare yourself better when talking to people. That's something that you just learn over time.
All right.
But have you had a use of force yet with your LTO?
Have I what?
Had a use of force with your LTO yet?
No, I haven't, man. I haven't. We've arrested quite a bit of people, and within the, you know what I mean, these 4 weeks, and I've yet to have to use use of force on anybody. And my thing is, I think it's the presence of 2 officers. You know what I mean? At every situation, you know, because even if I'm taking point on the situation, my FTO is still standing, you know what I mean, with 6 feet behind me or something. So I think it's that presence of 2 officers that makes a person less likely, you know what I mean, to do something. But yeah, I haven't had to use of force at all.
Yeah, I didn't have to for a while. I had this really he was the one FTO that everybody's like, it's like the hard ass, and they'll put you with to try to make him. They will put people with him to try to make you quit, right? So he would get on me all the time, just say I'm extremely too nice, like too cool people, basically. And I'm still like that to this day. So I don't know. I didn't have a use of force until him though, and I think we had a call where the guy beat up his girlfriend or something. First time we went out there, he was already gone. Second time we get there, the brothers actually found his ass, brought him back to the house, and started beating him. So everybody in the apartment complex is calling us. Well, he thinks the guy's gonna take off running, so he tells me to go to the front door. He goes to the back. I have to get this guy at the front door, and that's when he fucking started fighting. So definitely having 2 cops will change people's minds real quick. Somebody said I get judged every day. I'm like, damn, I ain't even start school yet. Especially when mistakes in FTO, definitely. I look at the FTOs now, and they're just. I had one of them as an explorer actually, and I called him the other week to talk about like some stuff I noticed and just to get some tips. But when you go to FTO, you don't want to get to the point where you're like too cocky to ask for help. I love travel. I love doing accidents. That's kind of my thing. I think everybody knows I love doing accidents.
Good on that.
I think it's just something cool about trying to figure out where somebody fucked up at. But we had a big accident the other day, the last day working. Lady hit like 3 people, and then her car just kept going. She jumped out the car while the shit was airborne in the car in the building. And guess who took that?
You
he had to. FTO. I would have taken it. It was in my beat. But he showed up. He took it. And what do I see every time I look at him? A confused face. Like, what are you doing? Nothing. I got it. All right. You're going to keep saying you got it, but you don't got it. Like, just say that. And then I get a phone call later. Hey, did you get that person's name? No, I got it. I'm going to tell you no, I didn't get it. Nope. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Preferably make contact or friends with people on the team or your squad, so you don't got to ask your FTO all the time. But definitely ask for help, man. I would ask for help in a heartbeat.
I got a question that might be sensitive to
Yes.
some people in here because of reasons. But when we talk about asking for help, let's say you got a fight going on, and the backup arrives. Um, the backup arrives be a woman, and I'm not talking about the studs that can hold their own. I'm talking about, okay, you might get broken half. Like how would you carry yourself in that situation? Your backup comes. I wouldn't even say a woman, somebody that you know is kind of not capable of holding their own, let alone back you up.
You don't
And we're
say
not talking
women now,
about
man. You messed up now. That's something you just don't put that out there. Help is help, though.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Backup is backup. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like if somebody, you know what I mean, if somebody you feel is less capable, they still got tools on their belt. You know what I mean? That
yeah.
backup is backup. So they'll do something that will help you. You know what I mean? Whether it's just distract the person you're fighting. You know what I mean? They'll
And
do something.
I'll throw this out there. Now, that was coming from a physical perspective.
Hmm.
Now, what about mental perspective? For example, we just had the situation in Minneapolis where the officer pulled the wrong tool out.
Yeah.
And she started off real timid, got rattled, and pulled the wrong tool out, shot the guy. And I know we not putting it out there. That's my last time asking someone in that ring. But we talk about physical. What about mental capabilities? Well, this person, okay, you got through academy, you got through FTO, but some of the decisions you be making in high stress situations is kind of questionable. Like
Listen,
that about that person,
here's what
not
people don't
assuming.
understand about police. This is a regular job. All right. And just like you can go work, like you say you work at a grocery store, I worked at a grocery store. You had somebody that besides you that couldn't count money and they continuously fucked up the money, that's just going management eventually get fed up and be like, losing too much money, you gotta go. But you yourself can't fire them. Same way it is now. We had a guy on my team that got transferred from the sheriff's office. Uh, and he had maybe I think 4 years more than me. And he got to the team right out of the FTL. And when I seen him do a traffic stop, oh my damn gosh, I about lost my mind. Went up to the car with his hand in his pocket, and just so much shit he did wrong. So I went up to him and was like, we talked about it. But literally everything he did was a fuck up. He called out one day, he was on a traffic stop. He said, hey, somebody just shot at me going like driving past me. Communications like, okay, you get a car description? No.
It was a
Oh, not
Volkswagen
to
Buick.
mention, he was responding to a call with a kid that was trapped in a car on a hot day. He pulls a car over right in front of the building of where this kid is. There's a traffic stop. Somebody drives by, shoots at him, and he does not even leave from that damn traffic stop.
Jesus, man.
This is something that supervisors are hearing, and us, and of course we're talking about him to supervisors. They can't do shit either. They can't fire him either. So it's a regular job that we can't control who is there and who isn't. Once the chief or whoever decides they got to go, that's when they leave. So
Yeah.
you just got to choose or you just got to work with them, basically.
That's what I was gonna say. You just gotta work with them till something happens. Because we just had a guy on the shift I'm on, and he tased the guy who wasn't a threat. You know what I mean? You could just everybody knew that he was just scary. You know what I mean? And so now he's under investigation. But the lieutenant of the shift has already said that since y'all know how he is now, if he still has a job after investigation, he won't be on this shift. You know what I mean? Like he's going somewhere else. So
I was gonna mention that dude did get fired eventually. Not too long ago.
Well, he thought it was a Volkswagen Buick that drove by.
That's some shit he would say. He would say too, yeah. I don't know if I said that either. I don't call out car makes, none of that shit. Don't do it. Everything is a blue car, a blue passenger vehicle, or a blue van. I call shit station wagons. There aren't station wagons. A station wagon to me just means there's an enclosed area in the back. But I got made fun of the other day. Somebody actually rolled past me and was like, "Did he say he's out with a station wagon?" Yeah, motherfucker, a station wagon.
Speaking of cars, man, you mentioned on another live you like Chargers over Tahoes. I gotta find out your issue with Tahoes, man.
They just too damn big.
Yeah, just too big, top heavy.
Man,
Don't like them, don't want them. We were talking about getting them. I don't think we're talking about it anymore. We just got 2021 Chargers.
Shoot.
Don't want Tahoe. Now I'll take a Ford. I'll take the Ford, yeah.
I know my department, we only have Tahoes. They have Chargers, but all of them are out of commission. And yeah, I don't think they have any plans on doing anything with them. But we have all 2019 Tahoes now.
Nah, I'm all right. I'll keep the Chargers.
I might get on the motor squad then.
It said, how do other cops feel when a higher upper rank family member comes in and climbs the ranks like it's nothing? They've only been there for 4 years or less, or y'all used to it. I haven't had that happen. The last chief, his brother was a lieutenant. His brother is still a lieutenant. I mean, he could have left and promoted him before he left because there were promotions up. He didn't. There's several like family. There's a one dude is a captain. His kids are just police officers. I haven't really had that happen. I think in some departments that could be a problem. In other departments, I guess it could be a problem for the subordinate ones because the chief isn't going to promote him because everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, you only got promoted because that's your brother or something." So I guess the climate on wherever you work at, that's just to be expected. When I was training at the academy, one of the dudes was the sheriff's son, and the sheriff didn't even hire him because it's his son.
Jeez.
Surprisingly, I mean that just depends on your department. I wouldn't feel no type of way because it's kind of to be expected.
Yeah, I mean that's in any field profession, man. Like mom and pop business, and it kind of blows up, and they get a new location. More than likely, bloodline gonna be over that new location, over somebody that probably may be just as more than capable than the person that's in the bloodline. But that's in any profession, man. That's to be expected. You really can't say nothing much about it. It'll cause frustration, but at the same time, I mean, that's family looking out for family. So I don't really have nothing against it. But if I owned something, or let's say I'm in a higher rank, or I had the ability to rank people up, I wouldn't look at family like that. Now, if they were capable and they same thing with pulling somebody over, I pull my sister over because me and my sister, we got this. It ain't love hate, but we be irritating each other. And she drives like a bat out of hell. And if she was to own a Challenger, she would probably wrap it around the tree. And I told her, if you come through the city and you driving like that, I'm gonna call mama and tell her I got you.
Pull that ass over.
Said, mama gonna give you a whooping. I'm like, she can whoop
me. I wasn't talking about Crown Vics, and we got rid of all our Crown Vics.
No, we still got Crown Vics.
Man, honestly, I wish that I started a year earlier and could have got a Crown Vic. I ain't wanted that long, but I wouldn't mind the experience of driving the Vic.
In our department, that's who's still writing paper tickets because the Chargers and stuff, they have printers, but the Crown Vics don't. So if you got a Crown Vic, you better get to writing.
That seems so outdated. I was right when I was in Texas. When I did my ride-alongs, we was in a Durango. And he'll type it in the computer, print it out, take it to him. They sign it, bring it back. Simple. Like writing, I don't think I've ever seen nobody write a ticket since my very first ticket that I've ever received. Everybody else, they come back, everything typed up.
Everything typed, yeah.
Man, I'll tell you right now, I told my supervisor the other day, because if I have to write you a ticket, you might as well throw it away. because I don't know why I'm so lazy, but I don't turn them in. Somebody called up, and I don't know why they would call. People so dumb. I don't know why you would call in to my supervisor and be like, "This also wrote me a ticket, but the court is saying they didn't receive it." Throw the shit away. Supervisor's like, call him back. I'm like, bruh, throw the goddamn ticket away. It's okay. I wrote it. I felt like writing it, but I didn't turn the shit in. Just throw it away.
And I got a question for you, D.
Caprices are actually pretty fast. I wouldn't mind a Caprice. They're just small.
I got a question for you. Since you're on third shift, how you deal with going to court right after your shift? You done been up all night, probably got in a fight, wrote some tickets, whatever, dealt with domestics. Then some tickets you wrote like a month ago, you got to show up for court in the morning and you tired. How do you even deal with that?
We don't got those problems. We got assigned court dates. So we only go on those. Supposed to go on those court dates. Now you'll get subpoenas, but I'm not gonna mention subpoenas. I'll be at home. This is my assigned court date.
Yeah.
I don't know why they subpoena us for non-court dates when they have our assigned court dates. That's the reason for court dates. Okay. Y'all can have the Crown Vic, man. I don't know. It's just something about the noise that Crown Vic makes. I did have to drive a spare Crown Vic, and that chick was loose.
Why do people like Crown Vics, man?
It was not fun to drive.
I was told you better turn the air on for it to go fast.
Y'all wouldn't want to drive a Crown Vic?
No. The only people in our department that get Crown Vics, besides new people, is if you wreck your Charger or something, or wreck your Explorer, they put you in a Crown Vic.
That's punishment.
Yeah.
You got to turn the air conditioner on for it to get past 60.
That's because they old now. That's why. But I want a mint condition Crown. Nah, I don't want a mint condition. I would have. I wouldn't mind having one for a few months.
It's a place in Cartersville, Georgia called Precinct. They sell Crown Vics. And this outfitted. They either used to be police cars, decommissioned, and they sell them for like $5 to $10 grand. But all of them things look. I just can't Crown Vic nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all tripping.
Not even for a personal car, man.
Police charges V8s, yes, except the 2021s. 2021s are V6s, which is why they were trying to go to Tahoes, but they just chose Chargers instead.
Y'all have V8 in y'all department? Like mainly V8s?
Yeah, all the other ones are V8s.
Jeez, we got all ours are V6s, and you have like a very few V8s.
Oh, no, all of ours are V8s except 2021s. So
ain't no pits going on in Harris County then.
We don't pit there, but we do chase. We have a chase policy, so that's pretty cool.
Y'all got a pretty lenient chase policy, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty lenient, but we don't pit at all.
Y'all, so you spend a lot of time on 75, don't you?
It just depends on your zone.
Okay.
Depending on your zone, yeah, you'll spend time on 75, but not everybody.
Yeah, I know there's hella construction going on, and it's a lot of Henry guys out there. But I only see like SUVs. I think it's I don't know what model it is, but it's normally SUVs out there when I'm going through 75.
Either one of y'all do an Explorer program or Cadet?
No, I've never been in nothing like that.
I did the fire version of it, but I didn't. My mom pulled me out. But
we don't mention fire here, sir. Now, honestly, I was thinking the other day, I've never had a problem with. I was thinking about this because we went to another fucking accident. And here comes fire, going emergency, bro. When I tell you they drive so crazy, and that if we drove like that, the amount of complaints we would get. But I wasn't even going emergency traffic. But here he coming down the road, he's making a hole for everybody, or for him. So I just went in behind his ass. But the way he I was thinking about, I was like, should I say something? Then I was like, they ain't never gave me no problem.
Yeah, I was about to say people like fire department. I ain't gonna say nothing about them.
They have never gave me a problem. EMS, on the other hand, they would have got the smoke that day. Fire, they've been cool with me, man. Let's see. The sheriff's office has Vicks, Explorers, Tahoes, Ranch. Sheriff's office have anything really.
Damn, Durangos. Yeah.
They do all type. We got sheriff's office here just got Mustangs with the ghost decal on it. One of them things are nice, but they ain't got no cage in the back, so you gotta put everybody up front.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a
I know
no for me.
the cab counter they got. I think it's just for show. They got a Lamborghini, but I
For
think
real?
it's just for show though. Yeah, it's just only seen one, but I think it's just for it ain't. I don't think they actually patrol in that.
Probably not. I know Butts County, they got like 4 or 5 scat packs, Chargers, and but Butts County will chase and they will pitch you in Butts. So you know what?
That's good old boys out there. They ain't, ain't playing in butts. I know about butts. Man.
What's some get some honest feedback from Officer B? What's some critique you've gotten in FTL so far that you can share?
Some critique, time management, you know what I mean, when it comes to dealing with reports and stuff. As far as writing my reports, I'm pretty good, but I got to work on time management. And my first few days, you can't listen to nobody's sob stories of why they were speeding, why they were on their phone, why they, you know what I mean. You got to let them go. So I think it was my third day. It was this dude riding on the shoulder. So we pulled him over. I go up to the car, and he's bawling though, man, like bawling, tears just flowing down, looked like snot been in his nose. And he was like, I just got a call that my brother died. So I'm on the way trying to go be with my family, blah, blah, blah. So I just told him, I was like, all right, man, just get out of here, go. And my FTO was like, did you not at least get his license? And I was like, nah. He was like, so who'd you just let go? And I was like, I don't know. And he was like, exactly. He was like, even if you do have discretion, let them go, at least get their license. You know what I mean? Make sure you ain't got no kidnapper, you know what I mean? Nobody like that on the road. So don't believe no sob stories, you know what I mean?
If he just riding the shirt, I'll probably let him go too. But I love working traffic. I kill traffic stops.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I'm not gonna listen to your sob story. And even if you make me listen to your sob story to the point where I just can't, you're just gonna keep talking. That's not gonna change my decision. I used to do. There was just one stoplight in front of the hospital. I tell you, people were running shit going like 60.
Damn.
And it's back. You can pull up in this parking lot, and as soon as you pull in there, you got your first one, and it's back to back to back. But I put them over there. Somebody's dying. Every one of them.
Yeah.
So,
that's what FTO said.
My thing is, you're gonna kill somebody else because your person's already about to die. So now somebody else got to die. I'm not a fan. You're gonna get a ticket. Call me heartless, but you messed up. You went through a stop, and that's a stoplight and a stop sign, and they're blinking.
Mm-hmm.
You're reckless.
Another thing though is I'm not from Georgia. This is where my wife is from. So before I got hired here, I had never been here. You know what I mean? And so geography is a big thing with my FTO, getting around. You know what I mean? Like trying to know. You know, when we get a dispatch call, knowing where to go. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna take a while for me to learn this. This ain't something I can just know. So
that was my biggest problem too.
I've been riding around the city, just learning streets and learning the main street.
That shit will disappear when you start.
Only thing I know is the area I moved to when we got here. I don't know no other area of my county, man. So I mean, my thing is when I get my own car, I'm gonna have like a phone mount or something, you know what I mean, and just use GPS because several other guys on my shift got a GPS. Do something like that for GPS. But my FTO, he's been here like 14 years. You know what I mean? So he know every minor street. He can get any call, like any street, any neighborhood, and he just take off and know exactly where it is. And he grew up in this county, so he know everything, man.
Do you guys not have a map in your CAD system?
We do, but it's kind of laggy. So it's like if you're looking at it and you're trying to turn it with your hand, you know what I mean? It's lagging of like when you zoom out, zoom in, you know what I mean? It takes a while. So
yeah, I just found that ours doesn't give turn. We have a map. It doesn't give turn by turn directions, but like when you get a call, it'll show you where that call is. Like it'll pinpoint it.
yeah, that's how ours is.
And then you zoom out and you just try to find your way. Now I've tried the GPS way, but emergency traffic, your GPS ain't gonna work.
For real?
Nah, because you'll be going too fast, and then it's you're going fast, and then trying to look at that at the same time. It just didn't work for me. So I just got to learn how to use that map on the computer, and just try to do it at somewhat the same time.
Do y'all use Tyler?
Nah.
No, okay.
I went to train the other day though, and they used it, a department close by. But our system actually uses Google Maps.
Oh, so, damn. Okay.
It just pinpoints it. It can tell us turn by turn directions. They don't want it to. They turned it off. So you just got to zoom out and try to remember how to get there. And that'll be that. Now, in FTO, I tried to use my GPS. And I got cussed the fuck out for it. And was told to use the computer. But just got to learn. I still have to, like, I know my way around. Especially, the biggest tip is to find the main streets. That's the biggest tip. If you can remember where the main street's at, just know how to get there, and then look at your map to get to the side street you know how to get to. That's the biggest.
You ever ran into a problem where the system was down and you had to get somewhere?
Oh man, we talked about that the other day. I'm useless. Our computers went down when we had to turn them in to get updated, which only happens like once a year maybe. Some older officers will carry a whiteboard in their car or something like something real big to put on the back of their computer when it goes down, and they write their address and like any pertinent information on it. I'm not an older officer. I'm still used to a computer and a phone. But the other day we had to turn them in, and we had breakfast. I turned it in kind of late, thinking I was gonna go home right afterwards. We got somebody that's out stealing what do you call it? The car part, whatever it is.
The catalytic converters?
Yes.
Yeah.
But they're going ham with that shit. And I'll be damned if somebody ain't see him stealing one, called it in, and gave me the call. I ain't got no damn computer. So I get the call, I'm like, fuck. And everybody's looking at me. I was like, I don't even know where they just said it's at. So I asked them again, where is it at? They said the road name. All right, I know where the road is. I don't know what side of the street that address is on. And then I forgot what these, bruh. Me without computers is not good. I don't know how the hell I would have survived like without a computer.
Yeah, down systems, man. That ain't no joke there.
That ain't no joke. You're basically useless.
But man, I gotta let y'all go, man. My wife's starting dinner. I can't be late for that.
Oh yeah.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all letting me join y'all, man.
No problem, man.
Hey, you in the Discord?
What was that?
You in the Discord? Are you in the Discord?
No, I'm not, but I can join.
Yeah, join the Discord, man. We exchange info and stuff, man.
Okay, I got you. Will do, bro. I'll do that right now.
All right.
All right, man. Hey, good luck on the academy when you start, bro.
I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna need every bit of it.
All right, D. Be safe, man.
All right, man. You too.
All right. Yep.
All right, man. It was nice talking to you too. Good luck on everything, man.
I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna
Academy's definitely gonna be some shit to put up with.
Yeah. I appreciate you allowing me on, man. And I done learned a few things listening to both of y'all. Somebody that's in the field, somebody that's in LTO. I guess we got all three levels. Somebody that's getting ready to go in, somebody that's like in, but they in FTO, and somebody that's a vet. So best of all three worlds. So I appreciate it, man.
No problem, man. Thank y'all for being here. I'm going to head out too. 7:30, 7:20. All right. See y'all next time. Adios.
All right.